Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the AFC NFC Pro Bowl. As we'll see Aaron Rodgers and the NFC taking on Patrick Mahomes and the AFC.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. For years, the NFL's best received a trip to Honolulu or Orlando for their efforts, but now they get a trip to Vegas as EA Sports welcomes you to Allegiant Stadium here in Southern Nevada. The best players the NFL has to offer on one stage, the AFC NFC Pro Bowl underway here in Vegas. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. On play action, it's Mahomes. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Chase Young. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Draw play. This is Henry. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a pickup of 3 and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And taken right at the 35. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And touchdown! 39 yards for Dalvin Cook. And the NFC has taken the early lead. Able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Taken at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. They set up the screen for Henry. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a handoff to Henry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Touchdown! Derrick Henry! A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. That time a 9-play drive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on.
Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Cook running right. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. On play action, it's Rodgers. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he will score. Touchdown NFC. DeAndre Hopkins. 30 yards. And the NFC has taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. This will go to Henry out wide. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Tucker's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Going deep for Hopkins. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we have come up. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 20. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and an AFC touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The offense for the NFC back out there. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. On second down, Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 54 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On play action, Rodgers. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. There's Rodgers to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. On 1st down, it's Cook. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Rodgers. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. Touchdown! DeAndre Hopkins. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the NFC has retaken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. The AFC set to take over on offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Here's Mahomes to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And again, it's Mahomes. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Mahomes. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill. And the AFC has once again taken the lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down coming up. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Rodgers. Pass complete, it's Hockenson. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Now Rodgers. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
To throw is Rodgers. It's complete to Hopkins. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Rodgers to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.